do it on the high angle. How we all doing? Anybody in here yet? Rugged or Speed live by the river. Tuesday through Friday. Noonish Pacific. For my daily walk, boys. This is day 6. Running Dirtborn. My Arrma Granite Grom 223S BLX. With the off-road speed spec. What did I say? Day 6. No brakes. No problems. Woo! Woo! Don't worry about the dogs. Say hi, dogs. What's up, Randy? Getting a phone call. Tumble wumble. What's up, Randy? How we doing? They dropped a Quake Grom? Uh-oh. Is it on the Grom chassis? I know that one dumb. What's his name? Beyond RC. He's all complaining about how the mini market's all saturated and this, that, and the other thing. But I saw Riet. What's his name? Riet. Did like a comeback video. Like, nah, this dude's full of it. I completely 100 agree. What's up, Dwayne? How we doing, big guy? Woo! Ow! Hit my foot. You know, honestly, that's why I don't want a 10 scale. You know how many times I've hit myself with this thing? I think I'd seriously hurt myself if I had like a 10 scale or an 8 scale crash into my foot. Man, I'd be having a limp home, bro. Oof. Don't hit the rock. Hey, how's everyone doing, man? Let me fix that camera. Oof. Roadhead by the river, guys, going live again. So I'm going to try to get the high angle for you guys here. So how's everyone doing, man? Happy Tuesday. I was able to get all my chores done. Feed my fish, take my kids everywhere they needed to go. School. Got my parking spot right up front. Now I'm walking home. I got 3 batteries. This is what we do, guys. Thanks for joining me live. I'll be trying to do this every Tuesday through Friday, 12 noonish Pacific time. It's actually cooling off, so I'll be able to do this pretty much every day. Ugh. That's taking it easy, you know, in the summer when it's 110 degrees every day. Who wants to deal with that jazz, you know? I'll be fine with a 110 scale. I don't know, man. I already spent too much money on the granite. I'm scared to pick up anything else, man. I like the Groms because all the parts are cheap. But I see those, you know, those big boys take a lot of money. Because I like to modify the hell out of them, you know. I like to do gears and suspension work. Woo! Cut up some chassis. Woo, look at that! So the track got to dry out, so we're back to loose, sandy conditions. Oh! Hit a rock. How's it coming in? Is it steady? Those rooster tails coming in? Woo! You know what I wanted to do today? I wanted to hit this jump. I like it in the shade. Where's the thing? I don't fall on my butt here. Oh, there's a rock. Okay. There's a rock in this berm. Oh, missed it. It's a huge boulder. It ain't ever coming out. But just the tip of it. It's a nice little lip. And I was trying to work the berm up to the rock. Oh, I need to go faster anyway. I think it was funny yesterday. I was out here racing this thing. I didn't even have the gyro on and I didn't even know it. Whoa! You see the gyro wobbling in the air? I was trying to find the ground. It's getting some feedback. Maybe we should stretch the track out, man. Just make the rock part of the jump. Oh. So how's everyone doing, guys? Thanks for joining me. I had a great birthday, by the way. Yesterday my daughters made me a nice card, and they wrote. Considering my daughter doesn't even know how to read, I thought that was pretty fantastic. She was able to write like "I love you, Daddy" and stuff. Like they worked on it. It was beautiful. And they gave me like a picture, an old picture of us. So that was cute. Let's see. Start with a Gorgon 110? No, I'll get a Quake maybe. The green Quake. And then I'll put all the Quake parts on the Granite. Nah, I want more Groms, man. I haven't messed with the NASCAR yet. But I do believe the NASCAR holds the key because of all the room they give you in the chassis. Because I think technically it's a 12th scale. Ooh. nosedive. She exploded. But yeah, I was seriously looking at the quakes. Because everyone was talking so good about them, you know? The Gorgon, I was kind of between a Gorgon and this in the beginning. I went with this because, I don't know, the Gorgon just reminds me of like a toy. It's like a gift that you give someone. You know, it's not like a hobby quality racer. This boy had the chassis. I was also looking at the WL toys. Or the Hypergo. Because you can upgrade those pretty good and they're cheap. And the people like in Singapore like really like them. And some of those like Malaysian countries, the island countries and stuff, Pacific Island people, they love those WL toys, man. They be ripping them. Oh. Wah, wah. But I've seen some incredible builds out there in Singapore and Vietnam. Oh, missed it. It's actually got a nice cool breeze today. It's probably, I got a temperature warning this morning. And it's nice right now. Oh. Going the other way is much harder. Just have the tracks built. Woo! What's up, the dad? Thanks for joining us, man. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Got done with my chores, man. Taking my daily walk. I'll be doing this every day, Tuesday through Friday, noonish Pacific time. I do this every day anyway, unless my cars are broken or the weather's too hot or whatever. Oh man, walk of shame. I'll be doing this every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Because I take this walk every day, man. It's a beautiful walk. It's only like a mile or something, so it's not like a big deal. But so I drop my car off at school. And then I ruck it home with my backpack. It's like a 20-pound bag. So I'm getting a good workout. Woo! Knew that was coming. Uh-oh, throttle stuck. That was crazy. Oh guys, my jig is like hammering down my throttle. That was crazy. I didn't have control. Have you ever had a RC car just go like full juice on you? Like pick up a radio signal or something and just go crazy? I heard like the Rolarlos did that if you got out of range, oh! And if the Rolarlo goes out of range, it just goes like full throttle. That's like a liability, bro. It's so funny. I was out with my friend. He has a ROG one. If you've ever seen ROG by the river. And we were in front of his house doing like speed runs in his cul-de-sac, you know. And he was ripping down the street, and his neighbor pulls out with a damn Range Rover. And he like hits the brakes, right? And you know the Rolarlos are like full brakes. And so this thing just like somersaults like crazy, you know, gets like 2 feet of air and just slams into this brand new Range Rover, you know, like 40 miles an hour, like thunk. Oh, the lady gets out. She's all super mad. You know, my friend's all embarrassed. But she was like, there wasn't any marks or anything. But, you know, she got her husband out there trying to start a fight. It was crazy. So you gotta be careful, man. Stuff exists. I remember when I was a kid, I was like staying home sick from school or something. I was watching like People's Court. You remember that with like Judge Judy or something? And the whole thing was a lawsuit about some kid that was doing speed runs with this RC car. And he crashed it into someone's car, like full head on. It was like 150 mile an hour impact or something like that. And it like almost totaled the car. And he was liable for it. They found his ass guilty for negligence because he shouldn't have been on the street with traffic on it. You know, his argument was, well, there's nowhere to do it. And then she was like, well, then you shouldn't do it. Anyway, I've had a few close calls out there, man. But nothing like that. I think we will make the U-turn up here. Oh, that gyro crashed me. That was a gyro crash. I gotta take the walk again. I'm trying to read and walk at the same time. Uh-oh. I got a rock. Oh, yep, I do. There we go, boys. Let's go in the shade. Let's cool off. I've been saying it, man. These damn pro lines, bro. They just collect rocks. You see that? That's why I only run 2 of them. You see that one fall out? There's still one in there. But even in the mud, those will cake up with mud. And then, see, look, I got another one on that side. I had 3 rocks stuck in there at the same time, man. Pro lines aren't all that. That's one of the reasons I made my channel. Because at the time, everyone was getting the pro lines because they were so amazing. And I was like, no, they're not. Because I had already broken 2 of them. And I was constantly breaking axles and stuff because I was getting rocks stuck in there. What are you guys talking about? 8th scale? Let's see. Yeah, I know, Randy, my buddy with the ROG 1. He works out in like Irvine, so he commutes like 3 hours, 4 hours a day, man. I can only get him on weekends when I have a babysitter. But he's a neighbor though, so that's cool. He only lives like right down the street. And basically he had to get one. When I showed him how awesome this was, he just went right out and just bought it immediately. He didn't want to get the exact same thing as me. But you know, back then everyone was talking about how the ROG 1 was the Grom killer. And how amazing Arrma was. So he ended up having to get 2 of them because he couldn't find parts. They're all named after rocks. I kind of like that, actually. I like that theme. They need to have some, you know, some cooler named rocks besides granite. You know, we live next to this museum. There's a museum out here that has like one of the world's largest rock collections. I should go in there and like write a list. I think it cooled down. I don't know how much battery I have left. I got 2 more in my bag though. And let's see. I still have about half an hour. Let's boogie. Oh, I got some guy out here walking with us. Woo! Whoa, getting kind of crazy. $360 for the boys. Oh, that was a back flop. Never done that before. Oh, hit a rock. I love this thing, man. So much fun just doing hot laps, man. Putting the work in, breaking the track in, getting fast laps. I was actually inspired by this one guy I saw on YouTube. I don't know. He hasn't made videos in a while, but he had set up like a carpet track in his backyard. And he had a time machine, so he was, you know, it would read to him what his lap times were. So, you know, 16 seconds, 16.9 seconds, you know, and he would just putting in work, man. And he had like 10 carpet racer cars, and he was all tuning all of them and really seeing which ones put the fastest laps in and why. And I was like, dude, that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly, oh! That was a nosedive. I want to get one of those lap timer jobbies where you can stick the little key bob thing in the car, and it'll tell you the time every time it goes across the finish line. I don't know how I could set it up out here if I need Wi-Fi or anything. I'll look into that. All this stuff's expensive. I need to get a camera is what I want to get. I want to get a nice like 4K camera with some decent, you know, slow motion action stuff. Because although my phone camera does okay for like phone shorts, it looks pretty grainy on the computer, man. I gotta admit. I wish my quality was a little better. I could just make shorts again. But until then, we're running live, boys. Putting in the work. Ah, woo. Putting wear and tear on this little beastie. I love it because we're just testing it. You know, I'm going to be taking it out in the middle of nowhere on some off-road runs, sitting in the back of my boy's pickup truck, chasing them through the canyons at 40 miles an hour. Woo! That is the most fun. If you guys haven't done that yet, I suggest you go strap up a lawn chair in the back of a pickup truck and go find a dirt road, man, and go try to chase it with your Grom or whatever, you know, whatever you got. Because, man, you're out there in wide open country, God's country. Just you and the dirt and the rattlesnakes and the coyotes and the tarantulas. You know, 20 miles from nowhere. It's just you and the truck and a bottle of water and whatever batteries you brought. And you don't want nothing breaking because it'll ruin it. It'll be like the best opportunity in the world. You want a sucker to be bulletproof. You do not want to be coming home early when you get that opportunity to have a co-pilot driver. You know, word up, that's facts, bro. No cap, 100. You want a bulletproof Grom. That's why I run this thing, man. It's our 7th time out here, no problem, 6th time. I've had a couple shock screws back out and an A-arm screw back out, but nothing broke. That's what you want, man. Woo. I'm going to be doing this exact same thing, chasing a, you know, off-road golf cart or a, free runner or dune buggy, whatever. But we need to grow the community. That's what I was thinking, man, is the RC space on YouTube is too inbred, man. Everyone makes RC videos for RC guys. And it's pretty much like everybody's subscribed to everybody else. I was just going to say my battery's cooked, man. It's been 27 minutes. 30 minutes on this battery. It's not hot. It's warm. We'll let it cool down. Let's have a talk, guys. Who's in here with me? Randy, you still here? Let's see. Yes, the dad. That's exactly right, bro. It seems like everyone's just trying to impress everyone else. You know, it's like friendly competition and everything. There's nothing really wrong with that, but we're not growing. So when I do my shorts and stuff, one of the things I'm doing is you know, the hashtags. I'll hashtag random things in there. So I'm hashtagging things that would have like similar hobbies, like machining, engineering, nature hikes, outdoors adventures, drag racing, just off-roading in general. Because I'm sure if you got, I live out here by the river, you know, everyone's got a boat, everyone's got some kind of trailer and a big ass 4x4 dually. You gotta like tap into that crowd, you know, like, hey, RV guys, you got an RV? Stick one of these in your RV. You know what I mean? Like you got a boat, you know, you got a canoe, you go fishing, man, go stick one of these, you know, in your rig when you go out camping. Oh, I just put the same battery in there. I don't want to do that. I need to put a new battery. This boy got dented. Look at this. I don't know how that happened. A hard case adventures right there. I don't know how that happened. That was a good one. Jeez, guys. Maybe a rock got under my Velcro or something, I'm guessing. But I want to hit, you know, your average man, you know, men. And you think like, who are the men that would be into this kind of stuff? I'm thinking like plumbers, people that are into guns, people that are like bows and arrows. Electricians would love this stuff. Like if you're working for Spectrum and you're installing, you know, fiber optics or something, dude, you would probably be into this. Same thing with like gardening, vegetable gardens. I'm growing pumpkins right now, and once my pumpkin plants start backing off, my ESC is like cooking. Yeah, let's swap it. There we go. What's up, guys? So absolutely, I think the RC community is totally inbred at this point. The regular guys are not seeing the videos. The only people that see RC videos are the RC channels, because all the RC guys are all subscribed to each other. And I get it, because it's a small community and everyone's trying to build the community and support each other. But it's still like close knit. Like all of my subscribers are all of your subscribers. You know what I mean? And the other thing I was thinking of is we're all in like America, the UK, Australia. And then there's no intersectionality with the Asians. But the Asians are really into RC cars. They're just all dubbed in Japanese and, you know, Malaysian or whatever, Indo. And I think part of the bridge is the music that you can do with the shorts. If you're doing, I've been experimenting with a lot of different kinds of music, but I think I have kind of a unique following, where most of my following is not in the United States. Oddly enough, most of the people that have subscribed to my shorts and stuff are in like Iran and Albania and Indonesia, Vietnam. It's in Germany, like not in America. So somehow we gotta tap into that too. Start like exploring like viral German songs or viral Vietnamese songs or whatever's, you know, going viral on the Indonesian TikTok, and then try to, you know, cross the channels with that. What'd you say, Randy? Yeah, gun collectors. I'm a gun collector. There's a couple RC guys that try to do both. They're like, guns and RCs, you know. They're like, here's my gun collection on one day, and the next day they're like, and we're working on a nitro or whatever. But yeah, I think we're all kind of the same kind of guys. We're all like Gen Xers, reliving our childhoods now that we have kids. You know, we're trying to get our kids into the same things we were into. I think a lot of us are more conservative, you know, Christian gun owners, you know. Most of us own homes, I think. We're working men. Randy. We're born in September. Oh, happy birthday, brother! I almost forgot. It's your birthday, Randy. Say happy birthday to Randy. Happy birthday to you. I'm all warmed up because I just did it. Happy birthday to you. What's up, Nitro? Happy birthday to Randy. What are you today? Living good worker, man. RC. Happy birthday to Randy. Just in case everyone else in your life forgot. I doubt it. My parents forgot. I didn't get any calls or nothing from my parents. They're old. I don't mind. 46 years old now. I woke up today 46 on the back half. I guess. I always kind of planned on being 90 years old. Now we're on the back half. So, you know, when you're in your 20s and you're either grinding, you know, going through college and working full time or whatever, or you're gaming in your mom's basement. I was working my butt off, man. When I was 22, I already bought a house. I think I paid off my first house. I was like 28 or 30 or something. It was a lot of work though. It was hard. I was renting out to like 4 guys. It was like this total bachelor pad. It's like a 4-bedroom, 1 bathroom. And I was charging like $400 a room. And they were paying my mortgage. And I just put up with their shit. I ended up taking like this Pakistani dude, this Pakistani refugee. He was a Christian, right? And they had like slaughtered his village, you know, and he was telling me about what life was like in Pakistan. And this dude literally washed his balls in the sink, bro. He didn't trust the refrigerator. He just kept all of his food like under his bed, man. His whole bedroom smelled like rotten vegetables and feet and ass, man. That dude smelled like ass. He didn't know what a bath was or how to take a shower. He just washed his balls in the sink, bro. Swear to God, man. I can't believe we've had like just open immigration for the last 4 years. And this dude was a Christian. This dude was playing by the rules and had a visa and was trying to work, but his English was just horrible. I mean, he would just say yes and pretend that he would understand me. You know, like, yeah, And then as soon as you'd be done, he'd be like, what? He'd be like, yeah, And then you're like, you're all done and you're like, you got it? And he'd be like, yep. And then as soon as you're about to walk away, he'd be like, what? And he was dumb as rocks. He had like a college degree. Like he had like the highest degree ever out there in Pakistan. And he was just dumb as rocks, dude. That dude was just, his processing was all messed up or something. He was just bewildered all the time. And he was a virgin. He was like a 30-year-old virgin. Just wild, man. It was wild. He was a dog. He had an arranged marriage. So his mom like arranged a marriage with some Christian lady from the village for like, literally, dude, for like goats, for like $5,000 in a pack of goats or something. I swear to God, dude. So the mom arranged the marriage. He had to go back because his visa was ending or something. He had to go back for a year or whatever. And so he went back and got married and to a woman he never met before. And then he came back, you know, like 6 months later, a year later, whenever he could, he came right back with like a DVD of his wedding. And it was just a bunch of hired people. They were like picking him up on a chair, you know, and cheering and whatever, but they were just professional wedding people. They did like all the weddings at that because no one would show up because nobody knows anybody. Nobody's got friends. It's just all business and backstabbing out there. And Islam. So we were talking about inbred communities, and the RC community is kind of like that, I think. It's like you go just following people that have RC channels, and you just hope they follow you back or something. I think we all were like, oh, this is the new economy, you know, the content creator, live streamer, you know, whatever. It's what the whole generation of Zoomers is just like living on TikTok, you know, and that. But I think there's just as many creators as there are consumers at this point. You know, I think all the consumers are creating and all the creators are consuming. Unless they already made it, like Mr. Beast. I don't think Mr. Beast watches YouTube, you know. I don't think they get stuck in the doom scroll, you know. I doubt it. Video games. Now that's a great, we were just talking about like getting out of the RC community to get people into the RC community. And if you can do some kind of like a YouTube short that combines video games with RC cars and get it out there to go viral in the video game crowd, that's the goal. I'm gonna do like gardening. I'm gonna be running Gromzilla through my pumpkin patch, and I'm gonna just tag it with all like pumpkins and Halloween and, you know, vegetable gardening and permaculture and homesteading. And I'm trying to get into that crowd. Like, hey, homesteaders, you got an RC car? You should get one. Which is why I stuck with this guy right here, because this one's affordable. This is like the cheapest thing out there. And if you can't afford a Grom, man, you have no business in this hobby, honestly. It's like, if you can't afford a Grom, you should be in the hobby, because you're not going to be able to afford batteries or chargers or bearings or anything else, you know. So I think we're warmed up. Oh, I forgot, or cooled down. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant, guys. Let's get another battery in here. I got about maybe 20 minutes left to boogie. I gotta walk back. What do you guys want to see? You want to see how I film? I was gonna chase this around with a selfie stick. Yeah, Riot Place. I like that dude. That dude seems like he would be my friend. Yeah, that's right. He does like vintage. He's got like a vintage video game wall. Yeah, we were talking about him and I became friends over Nintendo games. I think he might be a subscriber. But I told him I have like a box, a mystery box somewhere in storage with like 100 Nintendo games in there, and I gotta find it because I buried it because I didn't want to touch it. I wanted to keep it around for my kids or whatever, but I don't think they're into video games. Anyway, what do you guys want to see? You want to do the jumps in the shade? You want me to do some hill climbing? You want me to try to conquer the river? You want to do some whoop-de-doo speed runs? Whatever, guys. Let me know in the chat. Oh, what a nosedive. No. You know, that's not a bad idea, guys. So it's 50% 2S. In the rough stuff. Ow! That's why I got a metal bumper, guys. Metal bumper. That's a great Granite Grom upgrade. Woo. Uh-oh. Look at that. Unstoppable. Here we go. Let's get it, boys. That was a sick turn. Woo! Too high. So you get a good look at the terrain here. When I go too high, I start getting into the golf balls. It's a challenge. I had to stiffen my springs. It's kind of a trade-off whether you want to be able to hit the dip at speeds and bottom out less, or whether you're sagging on the turns with one wheel in the air. If you notice on a lot of my turns, I'm doing the super truck thing where I got like one wheel's in the air. My front inside wheel comes off the ground. And I'm sort of okay. Oof. I'm sort of okay with that. But I don't want excessive lift, because that's where the traction rolls come from. But I do like how it leans to dig in and transfer the weight. So I can do a weight transfer rotation like a front wheel drive drift. Wheelie. Look at that. Nice. Oh, too much. You see how those front tires are rooster tailing like that? I love it. It's exactly what you want. Look at that rotation. You see how it's balanced like that? That's all that weight that I put on the front. So you can literally see where the car's balanced when I'm sitting there bouncing. Like the center of balance is just behind the teeth. Like at the end of where the teeth are. You can see it when it rotates, watch. Like where it's rotating from. It's awesome. Oh, too much. This is one-handed, by the way. I just crashed. Hey, shout out to the 60 that are still here. See if I can hang this up somewhere. Do I do shout outs? Of course I do shout outs. Yeah, shout out to Nitro RC, guys. You should go check out his channel. He's just a kid building up his channel, but he's got some cool stuff he's working on. He's just starting up. Yeah, we're all starting up. We're all fairly new. Randy's pretty new. I'm pretty new. Like 200 subs or so. I don't know how many Dwayne's got. I think the dad's got quite a few. Let's see if I could get a good angle. from here. Can you guys see? Let's see. How's that? Gonna get some film of me filming. So if you don't have one of these, you got to get one of these. This is one of the long selfie sticks, and these are awesome for RC cars because when you flip your phone, so the camera's on the bottom. Oh, my phone was off. That's okay. And then you try to shoot it, you know, it's like a fishing pole, right? Can you see that angle? Oops. Let's try to get this in the shade. There we go. I'm trying to put you guys in the shade there so it's not like cooking my phone. But now you got a fishing pole, and you just try to aim down the fishing pole like it's a rifle, and you just keep trying to keep it steady on one part of your car. And then sometimes I'll zoom in just a little bit. And then what you don't want to do is get your shadow. So, and you don't want to go too fast either, because you can always speed it up later. I'll go like this. Anyway, that's what I do. And it doesn't take much. And you just go home and you clip, 5 seconds out of it and then put it in slow motion to some kind of viral song. And you get, 1,000 views or whatever, 3 subscribers or whatever. Depends on who YouTube shows it to. That kind of stuff pisses me off too. Because I'll be doing really well, and then all of a sudden my video, it starts going viral, and then they just shut it off. They're like, no, you're not ready. Oh no, I dropped my phone. What's up, Test Driver RC? Hey, thanks, Mr. Test Driver. I got a car to send you. I got another car. Bro, you're gonna love it. I gotta mail it to you. Oh, and I got some wheels for you. I got some 45mm BSR drag foams, but they're way too big for the Groms, man. But I'm sure they'll fit on those Tamias you're building. Thanks for stopping by, Test Driver. Hey guys, if you haven't checked out Test Driver, go check out Test Driver. He's one of the best YouTubers out there. for the RC community. Test driver, we were talking about how we can grow the community. It seems like most of the RC guys are all just kind of subscribed to each other. And there's not like a real outreach, you know? There's not much crossover into other genres or niches. So it seems like all the RC videos are geared towards RC guys. And we need to make like RC more accessible for people that might be on the fence one day, you know, like they might not have any clue about this, or they might be completely against it because they don't know about it, because YouTube never shows our videos. So we gotta like manipulate the algorithms to include plumbing and engineering and machining and electricians and construction workers and people with boats, the boating community, the RV community, especially the off-road community, anybody that lives in the desert, you know. Get these people like, hey, you guys like models? Well, these are kind of like models, except they go 60 miles an hour. We're like, hey, these are kind of like Legos. Let's make a Lego YouTube short with RC cars, because I was talking to Nitro RC. He wants to make a Lego RC car. Let's make that happen for you. Let's make that a whole genre of RC community. Lego RCs. Oh, nosedive. That was brutal. That's why I have a metal bumper. That's why I'm going to take a walk of shame. Oof. But yeah, thanks for that compliment, man. I appreciate it. To be honest, man, I have like a long history in film. I don't want to brag, but when I was a teenager, my best friend's dad worked in Hollywood. He was a miniature special effects specialist. He was one of the best in the world. So he did all kinds of movies and stuff, you know, like back in the 90s. He did Hot Shots, U-571, Flight of the Intruder. He did Knight Rider, Airwolf, Dukes of Hazzards. Anyway, I worked with him on a lot of movies where if they needed some labor or something, you know, someone to do some demo work or something, they would hire me, because I was like a big, strong teenager that would, you know, just work for pennies. So I worked on a couple movies with him, and I just kind of started understanding kind of the process, you know, what goes into making all that movie magic. I got familiar with, you know, camera angles and lenses and perspectives and all that stuff. And then later, when I was attending college, I took a few film courses. I took like film production and I forget what, it's been so long ago, but I took a couple film courses. There was one where we watched The Godfather, and we had to write like a freaking thesis paper or something stupid on The Godfather, which is arguably, one of the best movies of all time. But we went in deeply on like what made it the best. And then when I was in community college, I took another theater class, film theater, which was like one of the best classes I ever took, because we studied Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock. If you don't know about him, you should go check him out. he invented all kinds of camera angles and edit techniques and all kinds of lighting techniques and stuff. So he was one of the best. But we would watch all those classics and figure out how did he do that? How did he do that with the camera? Because he would do some incredible like cuts and edits and stuff, seamless editing stuff, and like crazy zoom angle perspective shifting stuff that had never been done before. And I was always fascinated with that, but I always did really well in the class, and I really liked the teacher. So anyways, when I started my YouTube channel up, just basically advocating for the Grom, because I felt like it had been unjustly banished from the RC world because of the plastic differentials. I revisited all of my, film experience. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about all this stuff, cuts and sound and editing and all that. I forgot about that. In all honesty, I had a YouTube channel like 14 years ago, 15 years ago, and it did really well. I was doing HHO, the hydrogen. Remember that? Hydrogen water-powered combustion stuff. And man, a couple of my videos, have like 250,000 views. I did really well, but I just, what happened? I got locked out of my password. That was back when Google started doing like the 2-step, 3-step process and all that bull crap. And I got locked out of my channel. Locked out of my own channel. The same thing happened to that Asian rock crawler guy. Forget. He's got an RC channel he got locked out of, and he had to start all over from fresh, dude. He had like 20,000 subs or something. Sucks. But it happens, man. Nothing you can do about it either. And mine's like 14 years old. If you want to go check that out, it's Rughead. I think it's just Rughead. My old channel, Rughead. Rughead, it might be, but check out Rughead HHO. And you can see one of my videos back when I was doing like editing on a Macintosh. The old Apple Mac Pro or whatever that was. My battery's squish. It's getting dusty, boys. It gets hot and then it gets dusty. Where are we at? Switch that. There we go. How we doing, guys? I forgot my backpack over here. Who's still here? The dad? Yeah, I only have Groms and a handful of toy grade cars that I got my kids before. Yeah. I'm only into Groms, and I'm okay with that, because when I took the Grom apart, I was so blown away by the engineering and the clearances and the tolerances and the quality and the material and everything. I was all in, man. I honestly don't think there's much room to be improved on the Grom. I think that as far as like power to weight ratio and just physics in general, I think that the Grom is like the most power for punch that you can get without having to build up material and add more weight. I think this is the lightest, like minimalistic, most efficient design, how compact and clean everything is. I mean, look at that. And on my other one, I cut these wires. I took like 2 inches off these wires. I just heard something. I heard a chainsaw. So that they just fold over and there's no hoop here. There's no loop. I think you get a little extra amperage too because the wires aren't so long. And they're not cooking and they're not like blocking the airflow. If you know what I mean. I gotta start walking back, guys. It's okay, it's my last battery anyway. That was a good run, guys. 2 batteries, 1 hour and 6 minutes. These are those cheap stock piece of crap smart ones, which I actually really like. I mean, they're cheap and they're not like overly amazing or anything, but they're very consistent. They do last a long time. I like how the Spectrum Smart System, you don't have to worry about them too much. You know, you don't have to babysit them. You don't have to discharge them. They discharge themselves. You don't have to figure out, you know, as soon as you plug this into your smart charger or whatever, it just decides what amperage it should be at. It figures out all that stuff for you, how much is left and how long it'll take and all that jazz. How many milliamp hours it's charged into it, how far you are along the way. But I mean, for a 1400 battery to last, you know, 30 minutes or whatever, it's pretty incredible, right? We got a guy walking here.
How's it going, man?
What's up?
I like your RC car.
Hey, thanks.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, man. Hey, Rughead RC, I'm always out here.
Oh, heck yeah.
Maybe he'll remember when he gets home. Hey, Pico Droid. Yeah, dude, you don't have, I'll like charge up my battery all the way and then something will happen, you know? And you don't have to freak out about it. I did that like once with my China Hobby battery and it poofed up. I like charged it to 100 because I was gonna go do SpeedRun. And then, you know, something came up and I couldn't get out there to discharge it. And I come back like 3 days later, 4 days later, because I had forgotten about it. And this shit's swollen up. And I'm like, whoa. And now I'm like, now I got a liability. I don't even want it in my house. It is, you know, it is what it is. Oh man, my clamp is loose. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Yay. All right. You know, I was like, well, you got the big body. You could probably fit anything. You could probably fit a 5,000 mAh. That's what I was talking about earlier is the, I think the NASCAR holds the secret. I think in the NASCAR, they gave you enough room. They gave you enough room for a giant ESC. They gave you enough room for 2 ESCs. Hey, is Test Driver RC in here still? Test Driver, if you're still in here, brother, you need to make that double motor mount for the Grom. You know how that the drive shaft cover, you can just chop it in half. Chop that drive shaft cover in half at the end there where the spur gear cover is. and put a second motor mount spot right there so you could get 2 motor mounts on the spur gear. And then I think that on the NASCAR chassis you have enough room for it. You have enough room for 2 ESCs and a big battery or 2 small batteries. I think the NASCAR holds the key. I think we're on to something, Pico Droid. Is that how you say your name? Pico Droid? Yes, test driver, you're here. You heard that. Yeah, man. So what? Let me just show you. So on Gromzilla, I'm actually using a Typhon cover, and I just cut it. I cut it right here, so it's only just these 3. And then my spur gear is exposed, and then I just have these 2 for the bearing retainer. But I think that this piece, you only have to make this piece, or you can make the whole thing if you're smart enough, but you only have to put these 3 here and then have the upper mount for the motor mount. And then you can, I don't know how you would put another motor mount right here, but you're a genius. You can figure it out, but you don't have to make this whole part, is what I'm saying. You just cut it off right here. But I would definitely buy one. I think Pico Droid would buy one too. And we'll have the dual motor 10th scale NASCAR Groms. Oh, I hit a big rock. This thing's so smooth out here. This is the Badlands, bro. This is rough country. And this is just 50% 2S, and it's just perfect for this terrain. Look at that. Smooth and razor straight. Even in the rough stuff, you know, when the wheels pick up and all that, it's got that gyro. Sorry about the dog, guys. Look at that. I could turn it up. We're almost home. Last couple times I've gone down the hill here, we had to do a hill climb. I do have to watch out, because there's these like cracks, you know, these big ravines. You see that crack right there? It just swallowed this little guy. You can tell the size difference. Oh, and the palm fronds. I try to jump the palm fronds though. It's just this one random palm tree, and they never clean it up. And it's like the coyote graveyard. It's where all the coyotes come at night and howl. They come out here and try to drink the water and howl at the moon. They all live in these orange groves out here. Yeehaw! Oh! Took a tumble. Anyway, guys, it's the walk home now, man. Oh! I just dropped my phone. Oh, I just cracked my phone. My phone just fell out. I broke the other side. Not the screen, the other side. Because I don't use a phone protector because it overheats. Oh well. I knew I needed to get a new phone anyway. Here we go. this thing now. The bolt came out. You want to see some 2S speed runs real quick? Let me turn my gyro off. Alright, who's ready? Who's here? 5 people? Check that 2S speed run. I think it's a 21 tooth pinion. Woo. Oh, too much brakes. Oh shit. I saw that. I gotta run. Got my backpack. Oof. Rucking it. Ugh. I got me running down the street. We good? The car's coming. Oh, she good. She good, boys. Whew. That was a close one. Oh man, I'm lollygagging. I gotta get home, guys. Maybe I should start these live streams a little earlier so we can get through more batteries. As long as it's not overheating, take it up a notch. Whoa! Again. I'm good. It's still better than the stupid clipless. This is better than the clipless. Let's see if I can hold this differently. Maybe I should do it the other way. There we go. That's easier. Oh geez, I almost dropped my phone again. Gotta find a better clip. This worked for a while. Good for a beginner. You want to buy me a fan? I actually have I bought 2 35 millimeter rocket fans, which are really good. They're noisy, but they push a lot of air. But I got 2 35 millimeter fans. I just have to figure how I'm going to squeeze it in there because it's such a tight fit. I have a plan though. I got some angled aluminum and I'm going to float the ESC so it'll be suspended instead of mounted on the steering servo like it is right now. It'll be like suspended up off of the drive shaft cover. So air will be able to pass underneath it and I'll be able to scoot it up forward like the 1/2 inch or whatever I need for the fan. And the fan will have enough room and I'll actually be able to design like a small fan shroud. Make a fan shroud for it so it'll like force the air over the ESC and then onto the motor. And at that point I think it'll be pretty much bulletproof because that's the only real problems I'm having is heat on a hot day. Like middle of the summer it just gets too hot. But it's cooling off now, so there's no like real hurry. Like, we didn't thermal out today. It got pretty hot though, admittedly. But I highly recommend the Rocket fan. They're waterproof, man. That's what I got in the Typhon. That's what I got in Gromzilla. And I mean, I've submarined Gromzilla. Gromzilla goes all the way underwater, and I haven't had a problem yet. So I went and got 2 more. Look at this graffiti. Look at all these gangs on my street. Bunch of Nazis. Damn fascists are taking over. Woo. Whoa, boy. Whoa. Yeah, it is that fast, man. It's insane. And just a reminder, that's 2S. Yeah. Power to weight ratio. Undefeated. Okay, guys, I gotta stop messing around and break something. This is made for the dirt. Test driver, you still here, brother? Are you still here, test driver? Oh. Check it out. Ooh, got the ghost snakes. You know what that means, don't you? You're gonna have to help me with that. And then this boy. Look at that. It's a sad state of affairs. Look at that. Fast and Furious. Shoo. That's what happens when you have kids. Anyway, that'll be on a later episode. We got to do that. Yeah, that's all skunk worked out too. That's an R spec or a JDM. Oh, I rebuilt from scratch. Yeah, later, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I gotta get ready. I gotta go pick up my kids from school in a little bit, and I'm all dusty. But thanks for joining, man. Rughead RC, Rughead by the River, man. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noonish Pacific. And hope to see you next time, man. I'll be going until I break something. And then we'll be in the river with Gromzilla. And then after that breaks, then we'll be back on the desk. But we'll be going live. I got this time to take my walk every day right now. I'm getting in shape with this big old heavy backpack, man. Anyway, Randy, Nitro, the dad, Pico Droid, Test Driver RC. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. And hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Later, guys.